Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Woo, I'm telling you, bro. I need a few shots after the day, bro. I need a few shots. Probably gonna take a sip right after work. I don't get off work till 5 p.m. It is currently 16:24 Eastern Time. Today is the 24th. I'm telling you, bro. I need a Happy few birthday, shots Tio, by the way. I can hear myself just to make sure I can hear myself. Happy birthday again, Tio, just to make sure. But man, I don't know if I fumbled a bag this badly. Well, no, Friday was a fumble bag as well. But we fumbled a really big bag today. Ended up getting, I'm just gonna tell you backstory real quick before I show you the trades. Ended up having beautiful trade this morning. Monday, man, it's Monday. And you would think like, oh, it's Monday, nothing's gonna happen or whatever. Because Mondays be kind of iffy, I ain't gonna lie. Mondays and Fridays be kind of iffy sometimes. But at the same time, like I always say, take your setups. So Monday, we jump in this trade. First trade of the day. I'm like, man, it's 9 o'clock. Or I think it was like 9:20 when I jumped to the trade. I'm like, cool. We're gonna do what we're supposed to do and take our trade according to strategy. I said this because on Friday we didn't take our trades according to strategy and we missed out on a $500 bag. So I'm like, cool, we're gonna take these trades like we're supposed to today. So got into a trade at about 9:20, 9:21. It started flowing against me at first initially, probably about like 6 or 7 pips, which is like 30, 35 bucks. And then all of a sudden it shot straight back down because I was in a sell position. Man, this sell position started flying. I'm like, damn, on a Monday? Let's do it. What are you doing? What are you trying to do, girl? So I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna stay in this until I get up almost 200 bucks. I got up to about 179, started looking a little iffy. I was like, you know what? I'm comfortable with that. 179, we good. We out for the day. First trade, only trade, we good. I got off the stream. I was on the stream this morning. I was on the stream when it happened this morning. And I was like, man, hey, we done for the day, bro. We done. I ain't even matter of fact, I ain't even really get the stream because I don't start streaming till 10. And literally the trade came at like 9:20 and by 9:56 we were done. So I was like, all right, cool. I guess we done for the day. I got on the stream, kind of explained what we did and how the trade went and stuff like that. Well, lo and behold, later on in the day, I'm like, man, should I keep trading or should I stay out? When you have to ask that question, you need to stay out. When you have to ask yourself that question, you need to stay out of your trades. Just leave it alone. Especially if you had a winning day already, and then like to me, my first hour was nothing but profit. $179 profit. So it was like, man, that should have been a telltale sign for me to stay out of the trades. But nah, your boy had to just say, all right, you know what? If it pops up, I'm getting in. So 2 hours later, about 2 hours later at 12 o'clock, the trade came all the way back. Came all the way back up to probably about 1/8, 1/7 of what it went. So had I held on to trade like I was supposed to, I would have only made like 8.5 pips, which is like 40 some odd bucks. Not bad, but you know, it's 40 in comparison to where it did go, which was actually probably about around like 250. I only took 179 off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trades later. And that might not even be all of them. I'm just trying to count what I can actually see. But 11 trades later, we lost all of that. The whole 179 plus some was gone. Like, boom. Finally, the very last trade, I swear, I was like, this is the very last trade I'm taking, bro. I said, I don't even know why I took more trades today. The very last trade I decided to take, which was like the eighth trade I decided to say that was my last trade, but the very last trade I took at like a 1400 ended up being a good trade. Now I closed out when we broke even, but of course, had I held on to it until we were supposed to get out for the day, which is around 15:55, because I can't stay in a trade after 1600 according to the reduced margin stipulations that are with my broker. So I get out at 15:55, and that's it. Had we stayed until 15:55, we would have actually made $100. I'm like, bruh, why? Why do I do this to myself? So either way, let's go ahead and jump right into the trades real quick. I'm gonna show you how bad the trading day went in comparison to how good it could have been. Like we didn't lose anything, so I guess that's still great. But we only made out with like $6, I think it was, or $5 or some shit like that. And that's probably gonna be taken off by commissions, which I'll show you tomorrow in the statements. So jumping into the trades, remember this is a 1 minute setup, man. It's a 1 minute setup. It's not something that I recommend for anybody. I seen somebody on a 15-second setup today though. I ain't gonna lie, and I was like, damn, people be taking some massive trades on some very low time frames. But he did real well in comparison to myself. So this is the first trade that I was talking about on the day. Took this trade. This trade, like I said, was about 920. As you can see, it went up against us just a little bit, and then it came down beautifully. This is where I got out at for about 179 bucks. And then as you can see, it came down to right about here. So how many more pips was that? That was about 20. Yeah, that's like 25 pips almost. I'm not even gonna do the math. So 24.25 times 5. That's 121 extra dollars that it went down by. So I got 179 plus 179. That would have been about 300 bucks flat if we had taken it at the very bottom, which is not something that I would see it saving possible because we wouldn't have never known that was the bottom. But we took 179 off top, and when I saw the market come back up, I was like, all right, cool. We made a good choice. We got out of the market. We took 179. I'm happy with that. Cool. So saw a little bit of consolidation. My idea was that if the market continues, we could possibly get back in at around this area where I closed out early and then ride it back down. Well, I didn't make that happen early. And of course, it went back down again, but then it rejected. I was like, yeah, we missed that. So let's stay out. The idea was to just completely stay out of the trades for the rest of the day. But when I said, you know what, I need to be taking all the trades that are according to my strategy, no matter what. And then this shit happened. So we had this first trade, only like 5 pips. I was like, yeah, we good. I made 179 today. 5 pips ain't nothing. That's 25 bucks. I was like, I'm willing to give away at least $79 if we can make another decent trade, because that means I at least made 100 bucks on the day, still over 600. We're good. By the way, I'm back down to 511. We were over 600. We were like $679 today. Actually, let me show you. I took a picture of it because I was so happy. And 678, 679, no, 681. That's even crazy. So we were at $681. I can't see what I'm showing you, so I'm hoping I'm showing you the right thing here and not like some porn or something. But we were at like 681. And I was like, all right, cool. We're at 681, blah, 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 blah. I'm willing to give away at least down to the fact of me having $600. So basically $81 left. Once I took a few trades, I noticed there was some consolidation. Now, this big yellow box here was a 15-minute consolidation, which I didn't notice until after we were already in this very last trade. But these smaller boxes were smaller boxes of consolidation, or what I felt like was accumulation, hoping that, in my head, I was hoping that the market was going to continue after those bits of consolidation, bits of accumulation, and it was going to distribute to whatever side. I didn't care what side it distributed to, but I was hoping it would distribute to whatever side and continue to move that way. So I'm writing down notes. I said way less volume here, probably a little lagging. That's after my second loss. Then after my third, fourth loss, I said I like the consolidation of this trade, hoping for a buildup and distribution to either side indefinitely. So I'm looking at the distribution, thinking like, all right, it's going to go one way. It's just going to take a second. But then ends up, one trade, 2 more trades, 3 more trades, 4 more trades. And then I said right here, I said good candle, but only if we got the volume to follow through. So basically, all I'm saying is here we just didn't have enough volume after all of this push. This was 59 almost or 59.25 pips. We didn't have enough push after that big amount of volume. And I was ready to give up on it because I was like, damn, I think at this point, we were already at the point where we only had like 60 bucks in profit left. So after this one, because this was actually a decent big loss along with this one, we had a 7 pip and a 6 pip loss. That's like 40 bucks, 45 bucks or something like that. And then that's like another 30 bucks. So after those two, I was like, man, we should just stay out. We still got like $40 in profit. Let me just go ahead and stay out. Nope. Being stubborn as hell, got into 1, 2, 3, 4 more trades. And I was like, you know what? This is my last trade. This one right here I was talking about. I said, this is my last trade. So I started looking at the bigger time frame, looked at the 15-minute, saw this bigger consolidation, and I was like, okay, if it can break out of that consolidation, then we'll be fine. Which it ended up doing at the very end of this last trade. And as you can see, once we got to break even, I basically watched it. It came back up for a second, and then this started happening at about 15.19, 15.20. It came back down. I said, yeah, we out. We done. I'm just going to close it at break even. We're at like 505, which I believe that's probably what we're going to end up at once the profit gets taken away. We're going to end up at like 505 or 506. We started the day at 506 and some change. 506 and 19 cents. So I'm guessing that's probably around where we're going to end up at tomorrow. But man, had we held on to this last trade, we would have been in profit a little bit more. So it's one of those things where in my head I just know that I really need to be holding on to the trades as long as possible. I need to be holding on to my trades. Sorry. I need to be holding on to my trades the way that I'm supposed to be according to the strategy. It's just this shit right here, which throws me for a loop. That's what I'm very, very much afraid of. Because I know that I can get great trades. I know for sure I can get great trades. I know for sure I can get great trades. It's the crap in between that makes me want to be like, nah, I'ma just take my little $30 and go. Take my little $100 and go. So yeah, we had a decent day. We did. We definitely had a decent day. I'm not mad at it because we came out at least breaking even. And technically, if I look at the totality of the day and I tally up all of these trades, I wrote it down here. I said if we had taken every trade the way we were supposed to, it was actually supposed to be a losing day by about 1 pip. So we were supposed to lose even if we got out at 15.55. We would have lost 1 pip if we would have taken every trade like it was supposed to. Now, if I had taken this trade, got out early, and just left it, we would have been up by 179. That would have been it for the whole day. So that's what I mean by we would have been in more profit and all this other stuff. But either way, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get on up out of here. We've been on here for almost 15 minutes. I don't want to complain too much because that's pretty much all I'm going to end up doing if I stay on here anyways. It wasn't a bad day. It wasn't a bad day, but I do need to find better confluences to kind of mitigate this shit right here. I really want to go back down to taking only one trade per day. Kind of difficult for me because one, I'm on the 1 minute chart, so I'm having to look for that longer trend in a sense in between my confluences. But two, I just feel like the market does move relatively fast on certain days. And I don't want to miss the trade by trying to have too many confluences. So current problem, too little confluences, might jump into 15 trades in one day. How many trades is this? How many trades is this by itself? Let me take a real count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 11 trades. That is really 11 lost trades. But once again, like I said, that's 11 lost trades. One trade took out 11 lost trades. That's what I mean by having a good risk reward ratio in my strategy. So these 11 losses would have been taken out by this one trade. But I would have had to have stayed in the whole time. I would have had to have stayed in the whole time in this trade, not just close early or whatever. I had to have stayed in the whole time. And I think that's the one thing that I have to realize. So, oh no, we did all right. Appreciate y'all. Thanks. Have a good day. Peace.